How will creatives build careers in the future? This is the central obsession that has driven my creative career over the last 2 decades. It's the question that has at times brought me both joy and excitement and passion, but also fear, dread, and anxiety. And if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're a creative person too. You've likely wondered this yourself. I'm Steve, and welcome to Futureative, a platform dedicated to helping real-world creatives build sustainable careers. In this video, I'm sharing the roadmap for how we're going to tackle this question in 2026 on this brand new channel, and why I think the old advice for creative success simply doesn't cut it anymore. We all share a universal aspiration. We want to build a life around the things we love making. Whether you're writing music, making films, writing books, maybe you're a designer, an educator, building your brands and audience, or you podcast, you act, you dance. I don't mind what combination of creative pursuits interest you. The dream and challenges for anyone who considers themselves a creative person is kind of identical. You want to wake up and do work that matters to you and have that work sustain a viable, fulfilling life. While all of us have different goals and pathways to get there, ultimately, you just want to feel your creativity to be valued by the world. Now, the disconnect between that dream and the reality we face in today's world, it's wild to me. See, with more opportunity than ever, we have more obstacles, less certainty, and what feels like less industry support and less support from government. The goals of what you are meant to do to be a creative person and get paid are constantly moving like every day. The strategies to get there, the things that have helped other artists to become stars or labels to become respected cultural icons, festivals to become viable, for films to be made about local stories and books to be written. You get the point. For those things to be successful, so much of what has helped them to have that success in the past, I feel like it's evaporating as we speak. What I mean is the world is changing so fast. What worked for someone even 3 years ago is now at least partially becoming obsolete. Sure, fundamentals of creative careers and businesses stay pretty consistent over the decades, centuries even, but the tactical advice on how to make a creative career successful today, that changes kind of daily. You find yourself navigating a landscape where the rules of audience building, for example, they change every time a platform updates its algorithm, or when new technology or distribution channels disrupt the market, which right now is every month as each new AI model is updated. The point is, for so many talented creative people, the path forward feels increasingly impossible. Now, I know I just spent a while talking about the stuff that you already know and feel on a daily basis, but I do think it's important that you know that your problems with building the career that you want for your creativity, they're not unique to you. I see you. I've lived and felt the struggle, and if I'm honest, I still in many ways do, and that's why this channel is being born and why Futureative now exists. I'm using this channel as a place to document the journey of trying to answer this question. So anybody who says, I want to be a creative, can be taken seriously and actually achieve that reality. Way to find a nice, simple problem to be solved, Steve. And even though I know I can't fix this on my own, I also can't just sit idly by and do nothing when I do think there are real, tangible solutions to the problems that creatives everywhere face. So I'm on a mission to find the best insights from the best creative minds in the world. Yes, real world creatives, living a creative life, people that have real insights into the future of creativity that are relevant in today's world. Because there's so many amazing people out there who have real lessons to share. And some already do it on their own platforms. Others haven't taken that leap yet. I want to find all of them and bring them to you and do my best to share their insights, so we can start dismantling the idea that creativity is for a select few instead of being genuinely an option for anyone that sees themselves as a creative person. Now, I'm someone who has spent 2 decades navigating the creative industries, probably hitting the same walls you've hit in your time. and looking for the same doors of opportunity to open up. This video, I suppose, is a public commitment to my next mission and potentially what I hope to work on over the next decade or two. But we'll start with 2026. So throughout this next year, I'm going to do my best to map out the future of creative careers, including practical steps you can take to build your creative career on your terms. And if you join me for this journey, we're going to do it in real time together. The more I study this industry and teach in this industry, the more I think that while the fundamentals of creative careers are pretty consistent, the business models and the creative skills required are changing rapidly because we are living through the most significant change to our sector and the world that we've ever seen. So of course, the viability of traditional pathways and the current opportunities for funding and education, of course, they're going to break down day by day if we don't evolve. This has been happening since I first became interested in the business of creativity as a teenager. And yet we're here in 2026 with so many new tools, opportunities, resources. And yet I am still watching talented creatives struggle to find their path and find the answers they need to take the right steps. And they are not struggling because their talent isn't there or because what they make doesn't have value for society. They are struggling because the business models are confusing, the pathways aren't transparent, the industry is not showing up to back us like it should, to level up our skills, to help us make our best work, and to help us build income streams to support us and our audiences, and in return give back to society through our creativity. We are seeing a generation of brilliant makers who are stuck because the infrastructure that used to support creative careers is dissolving. And because it's been happening for so long, it's become this frog in a pot type scenario where we all see it, but we don't all know what to do about it. This brings us back to why I'm recording this video and my central obsession: how will creatives build careers in the future? Now, why does this specific question matter to you? Well, I think you want the answer to this as much as me, because right now we are living through a moment of unimaginable disruption. You see it in the rapid acceleration of artificial intelligence, which is changing how content is created and valued. You see it in platform algorithms that put engagement before creativity, forcing artists to become engagement machines just to remain visible, to have their human and emotional labor extracted and exploited for the monetary benefit of these platforms. Because creativity is now free, we are all participating in a devaluation of human craft. Now, let me be clear. I know you're watching this on one of those platforms, and I'm not about to turn around and say, bury all your digital devices, we'll all move to the woods and be creatives living in a forest. I don't for 1 second think the answer is to avoid technology or even be angry at it. If anything, I'm incredibly pro-technology because it does give us some significant opportunity. Now, I mention this because if we rely on the old answers, the old ways of building creative careers, creatives will be increasingly left behind. That's why I'm creating Futureative. We're on a mission to empower real-world creatives with current knowledge so that they can build sustainable careers in this new reality. But how do we do this? Well, step one, I think, is organization and education. The more voices we have coming together to learn from each other, the more opportunity we create for change. In a world that changes this fast, you cannot rely on a textbook from 5 years ago, let alone an online course from a year ago, let alone a blog post from a month ago. And as more of us turn to AI for answers, we risk devaluing real-world experiences from other creatives and only learning a regurgitated form of what used to work. So more than knowledge, I think we need insight. And the more human that insight, the better. So this is about making it easier to find that next tool or that next mentor or that next tactical plan. Better still, use what we create to come up with your own tactical plan from multiple sources. Use it, get some results, and then teach what worked to others. And we all have this magical thing called the internet, which allows us to do this in real time, no matter where we live. Though I think AI is super helpful for so many things, we don't need it to get fast, useful answers even if that's helpful some of the time, we need to lean on and learn from each other. We're so often told by people on the internet that we are doing it wrong, we're not enough, and only they have the hidden wisdom to help us fix our problems. These grifters, well, some well-meaning, some not, are perpetuating an old but effective business model of making people feel bad so they buy stuff. And that same content is getting consumed by AI and being spat back at us as expert answers. Well, I am here to say that no one person has all the answers, myself included. And as the world gets more complex day by day, I think we will need more voices, more regularly, and to know who to trust, which means we need a place to come together. And that's what I'm hoping to at least have a crack at solving by launching Futureative and this channel. So whether you write books, produce events, make film, release albums, or anything creatively adjacent, there will be some sort of a curriculum for the modern creative, the future creative. Right here on this channel, I want us to look back at what we built together. Yeah, you and me, and see a tangible shift in how creative careers are supported. All right, last thing. I'd love to hear from you. If you made it this far, well done. It'd mean so much to me if you took a moment to head to the comments and tell me, what is your single biggest question for your creative career in 2026? What can I go and get answered for you? Now, this video might get 5.5 views, so if you're the only one that made it, I'd especially love to hear from you. And I'll use any comments here to try and get you some answers, some insights at our upcoming events this year. Now, let's go build a more creative future together.